In Los Angeles, there is the Porsche driving school. And about a year ago, my wife got me this for our anniversary. And it was an absolutely awesome experience. It's a little priced, about $1,000 for an hour and a half. This is the one that I did. Let's see here. I had a Carrera versus 911. Oh, well, mine was different than this then. This is the 911 Turbo versus the GT3. Actually, this is the one I had. I know I had a GT3 now that I think about it, but I don't remember if it was a Carrera or a Turbo. Anyway, I'm not a big Porsche guy, but the point of this is that there's a lesson to be learned in taking coaching from somebody. So the way this works is you have this course here, and they have all these different areas set up where you can do different things with the car, and they show you how to drive effectively, not just drive a Porsche effectively. Everything there obviously is a Porsche, but how to use the car the way it was intended to be, how to change different things, the difference between sports steering and all that kind of fun stuff. So they have this straightaway here, and you go down here, and they have the Porsches have a thing called launch control. Essentially what you do is you put your foot on the brake, and then you put your foot on the gas, and you sit there and you gun it, and then all of a sudden it'll launch you out. And the feeling is just absolutely surreal when you launch out of here. So you launch out of there and you shoot down this long straightaway, and then you go into this real steep turn. I mean, it might be a 45-degree turn where it's just a giant bank, and you come back down here, and then you come over to an area where they have, I don't remember what was in the dynamics pad area, but then they have a low friction circle, which is essentially where you learn how to do a forced skid. Very, very, very cool. And then they have the ice hill where it's meant to mimic ice. And so all these things designed to teach you how to control your vehicle better. And everybody always thinks they're a good driver, my wife included, which I would tend to argue with her on. But the point is that there is something to be learned from having a coach. You have a coach who sits in here with you and tells you basically when to push it, when to floor it, when to brake. And it might seem like, well, how much can you really learn from that? And the answer is a lot, because they can teach you how to handle situations, and they know what the car is capable of way more than you do. These are professional drivers. The guy who I had was he was also a racer on the circuit. So these guys are highly, highly trained, and they know what the cars can do. And I thought maybe they would have some sort of a brake on their side, kind of like a driver's ed type of thing. And that does not exist. You are in complete control of the car, and they make you drive better. And the first thing is knowing that when you come out into this turn and you're on this bank, you have to accelerate hard in that bank. And it's so counterintuitive to do because you're not used to flooring something into something that steep. That doesn't exist on a normal road, that bank. And they have this thing here called the kick plate, which essentially you drive across it. And as soon as your wheels cross, your front wheels will cross, and then it's a random kick to the left or to the right. And you have to learn how to control that and how to steer out of whichever way it is. And it helps you improve your reflexes, and they'll coach you on what to do and how to handle those situations. And it's just a really, really cool experience. And it reminds me of the need for people who, a lot of times people don't see the benefits of coaching. And the benefits of coaching is that if you're doing something with somebody who is an expert at something, they can get you up to a certain level very, very quickly. We all walk around at probably in driving, we all think we're probably an 8 or a 9, right? We're nowhere near that really when you look at a professional driver. So in reality, let's say I was a 6 driver when I went into this thing. Very, very quickly, within an hour and a half with proper coaching, I could say I probably got up to an 8. You know, I'm not going to be on a race circuit or anything, but I can probably get up to an 8. And if you do it over and over and over again, it's just something where you shortcut that learning curve so quickly because you're hopping from all these different things and you're learning how the car feels, how it performs. And then you hop into another car if you do this one. And that helps you also because it behaves differently. But the principles and the strategies are all the same. So when you're looking at your business and you're thinking, well, do I need to know how to market my business? Yeah, you're probably walking around at a 5 or a 6. And just by getting a bump up to a 7 or an 8, you can make a drastic difference in your business just by learning the basics. The car will change. It doesn't matter that I was in a Porsche. It matters that now the same principles apply to any car that I drive. And it's the same thing with your marketing for your business. Once you have the correct strategies in place to handle it and the correct systems to basically just generate leads and convert those leads on autopilot, then it becomes a matter of getting from an 8 to a 9. And that's the kind of thing that can make your business unstoppable because as you go, if everybody's walking around at a 5, even if you get to a 7, you start to have a competitive advantage. And that's the power of using a coach. So I hope that helps illustrate it. If you have the means and the ability to do the Porsche experience, I think they have them, where are they? Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Birmingham, Alabama, it looks like. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. My wife, when I got finished, she said, so what, you want a Porsche now? And I said, no, because you can't drive. I'd rather rent a car every year for $1,000 or twice a year and drive it the way it was meant to be driven than I'm in Los Angeles to sit on a road in a Porsche is just talk about, the ultimate disappointment, having all the ability in the world and not the ability to use it. So plus I would never, ever drive my own car the way they let you drive these cars. They let you pound the hell out of these things, and it is awesome. So I hope that helps. Just a small, quick little lesson on the power of coaching, because you can go a lot quicker, a lot farther, a lot faster when you have somebody showing you the way and showing you the ropes. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps, and I'll see you in another video. Bye now.